These are the 10 acoustic guitar songs that every guitar player should know. All these songs are played on acoustic. I'm gonna introduce each song and then play that song on acoustic guitar, and I'm gonna go in order of what I consider to be the easiest all the way up to the most extreme. Leave a comment down below if you have an idea to add to this list. Maybe I'll do a part 2. I also want to let you know that this is actually part of a larger curriculum that I've just released in Guitar Super System. If you don't know, Guitar Super System is my learning platform for guitar players of all skill levels, and the acoustic guitar curriculum is one thing that has been highly requested. The curriculums are a great way to kind of be guided through various subjects that you may be interested in learning, and of course you can bounce around wherever you want in the platform itself to pick and choose exactly what it is you're looking for. There's also a brand new messaging forum along with a lot of other updates to previous lessons. There's an entire new backing track section that you can access. Obviously, if you subscribe to Guitar Super System, you have access to the entire website. Please use the link down below to subscribe to Guitar Super System if you're interested. Thank you in advance for your support, and I'll see you on the other side. Now, let's get to it. The 10 acoustic songs that every guitarist should know. Starting with The White Stripes, We Are Going to Be Friends. This is probably one of my favorite White Stripes songs, believe it or not. I love the lyrics, I love the imagery, I love the way it makes me feel. I think the first time I heard it was when I watched Napoleon Dynamite.
Well, is anyone else here trying to earn money for college?
Your mom goes to college.
It's a very simple song, a little finger-picking ditty to get us started here, but it is, you know, a little bit challenging. You gotta get the exact number of finger picks correct and be very clean with your chord transitions, but overall it's a nice place to start. Next up on our list is Pink Floyd, Wish You Were Here. Of course I have to include this. Every guitar player needs to know this, acoustic or otherwise. And this one's not very challenging, you can pick it up pretty quickly, but it's just timeless, and I could play it all day. Next up on our list is a Radiohead song. You didn't think I'd be wearing this sick Radiohead hoodie and not include a Radiohead song. This song is called High and Dry. It has this very beautiful open string kind of cascading vibe from Tom York, the lead singer, I believe is the guy who plays this. At least he plays it live. It has a lot of open string ringing. It's in the key of E major, and it is just delightful. The one little challenging aspect of this riff is the muting of that D string while you're letting the E and B strings ring out. You have to really kind of claw your way onto the fretboard with this one. Up next we have Tracy Chapman, Fast Car. This is probably one of the single most recognizable intros to any song. And the cool thing about this song and this guitar riff in general is it basically repeats for the entire time. So if you want to learn to sing and play, this is actually a really great song to practice that with. The guitar part's relatively simple. You got to put a capo on the 2nd fret, but other than that, the intricate parts here have to do with the kind of spread out voicings and the dexterous finger positions that you have to maintain throughout. This next song is a song that maybe a lot of you don't know, but if you don't know it, it actually has one of the greatest electric guitar performances I've ever heard. It's the band 10 years after. The song is called I'd Love to Change the World. This is an acoustic guitar intro that has always stuck with me. I heard it before I even played guitar and I just loved this song. So of course when I did pick up the guitar I had to learn it, and I learned all the electric guitar parts too. Seriously, you have to listen to this song if you've never heard it before. The acoustic part is generally simple, but it's also very valuable. I treat it like an exercise almost. You want to be extremely precise with the pick attack. Every single string needs to be even and every note is in its right place. You can't kind of flub through any of these notes. So enjoy and listen to this song if you've never heard it. Up next, we have the greatest riff ever written. At least they might say that, and I might agree with them. Tenacious D, Master Exploder. You don't need the pick of destiny to play this, however, it is kind of a quick picking hand riff. Very interesting back and forth between the fretting hand and the picking hand to make this riff feel the way it does. And it turns out it's like a G dominant bar chord that goes up to an A dominant bar chord, and then it's just chromatic power chords to get back up to the beginning of the riff. So that took a lot of listening to really work that part out, but as you'll hear, I have achieved intergalactic guitar oneness, and I am playing the best riff ever written. Next on our list is perhaps the song I've been playing the longest out of all of these songs. It's Metallica, Nothing Else Matters. This one is just required learning for any guitar player. It is one of the most beautiful intros of all time. I just love the way the whole thing pauses when we get to the A chord, bum, 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 and then it comes back to that kind of legato flowing feel. So that separation between those two harmonic elements I think really ties the whole riff together. But this whole song is just one of the coolest chord progressions, just a classic chord progression. You gotta learn this one. Next up, we have Classical Gas, and this is actually just my interpretation of the song. It's a Mason Williams song that I've also heard Eric Clapton cover, so this is sort of like a hybrid between those two styles. It sort of feels Spanish or exotic flavor. I really concentrate on the pull-offs, the really quick hammer-on pull-offs on like the A minor chord, for example, and the D minor chord. You want to be very staccato with some of your finger attacks. This is a finger style riff, but you're almost trying to make your fingertips feel like guitar picks with some of the parts. And then on the ascending chromatic parts, you want those parts to be very round, so you'll kind of use the thicker part of your thumb. In general, it's a masterclass in dynamics. Learning this song is just so rewarding in the end, honestly. As a guitar player, this is one of my favorite things to play, and it'll turn some heads if you play it in the guitar store. All right, we are almost to the end. We're getting very difficult, highly advanced here. We have DIMEOLA, Mediterranean Sundance. Longtime followers of my channel will know that this is one of my favorite licks to whip out, especially on the acoustic guitar. It's the reason that my fingers hurt right now. I love playing this one on a parlor-sized guitar, or maybe if you have a nylon string, that would be ideal, but the stretches on this song, especially this intro that I'll show you, it's just brutal. The finger picking is, you know, it's flamenco basically, and it's very quick, it's very nuanced. It just feels really good when you finally get it down, and it's kind of hard to unlearn. Like, I can go months without playing this, but then my fingers kind of pick up where they left off. It's not one of those things where you kind of have to get your chops back up to speed. This is something that you have to work at for quite a while, but once you have that, the muscle memory kind of stays there. So enjoy Mediterranean Sundance. Finally, we come to the last song on our list. You didn't think I was going to be putting together an acoustic guitar song list without including a John Mayer tune, did you? He's like the master of difficult fingerstyle guitar, and I chose Why Georgia for this final spot on the list. And the reason for that is not only is it extremely difficult to play in rhythm and work on some of the finger positions, I find that a lot of people play this one incorrectly. So hopefully this sheds some light on, there's a very specific part to this riff that I think can be overlooked or kind of glossed over when people are learning it. And I actually embellish it a little bit. So without further ado, let's get to the most difficult acoustic guitar song on the list, Why Georgia. Well, there you have it, guys. I hope you enjoyed my list. Please leave a comment if you have a suggestion for what should have been on the list or what could be on a part 2 of this list. And of course, please check out Guitar Super System if you are interested in learning guitar from me. I just did a giant overhaul. There's a new messaging forum. There is a brand new acoustic guitar curriculum, as I mentioned, and a lot of the older lessons that I filmed years ago when I created Guitar Super System have been updated, and there are tens of thousands of guitar players who have subscribed and provided feedback over the months and years, so I appreciate them and I appreciate you. Even if you don't subscribe, thanks for watching my YouTube channel, and until next time.